All right, here we are on Tuesday. It's been a dry week. It has been no rain so far, so we cut hay. Now, I do this video every year. We cut this with a hay rake this time, but normally we would be bush hogging this area, and I take and gather up all the stuff that the bush hog throws out, and I use it as hay. That's just me, because what is hay? Hay is a grass. Now, it might be Timothy grass or alfalfa, which is a grass, or orchard grass, or it might be Bahia grass, but we use, and I've always used, a mixed grass hay. When we purchased hay, it was in mixed grass. When we started doing this, I started gathering up and just stacking it where I could, and it's always been mixed grass. So last year, we bought a hay cutter. So we cut the field this year. This is the second time we have cut hay, but we have cut it and we're letting it dry out. Now we're waiting on the raking. So the rake's got to go through here. The rake will have to flip it basically and put it in little furrows to where the hay baler can come behind it and gather it up. Well, that won't be today probably, but hopefully soon we'll get that up. Next day or two probably. If we don't have somebody with a baler, then we will get out there like we did for the winter, and we will start just gathering up what we can with a pitchfork and a trailer and piling it up in the barn. We do what we got to do. What are you doing, sister? Come on, girl. All right, y'all, stay tuned. See what we get into next. Wednesday at 5:45. And y'all know I was raking the hay, getting it ready to be baled. Yep. And it's not just a light rain. Of course it isn't. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so we just had a little storm roll through. This is why we waited so long to put the goats in the woods. So right through there we have standing water inside the fenced in area for the goats. This is what the woods always do during rain. I came out here and a section of the fence was also down, but they weren't crossing it because the fence was hot still, thank goodness. But yeah, so we have to be careful when they're out here in the woods. There's no fence that stays up, let's put it that way, to contain them. And just like right now, I have Pebbles trying to go through the fence because I turned it off. And I'm going to have to let her out before she tears up the fence. But just fed the boys. Everybody's eating. And yeah, I got to go across the little lake to get out. Yeah, so just wanted y'all to see that. Everybody is good down here. They got plenty of space that's not soaking wet, but we always have to watch after big rainstorms for that particular thing. So, all right, y'all stay tuned. All right, it is Thursday morning after the storm. So most everything is okay. Peas are looking good. The watermelon we planted did not come up out here, so we're got to replant. Don't know what we're going to replant, but we got to replant. So let me go ahead and show you the goats. Of course, there's Miss Penny. Miss Penny is Pebbles' baby, so this was Dragon. We have changed her name. And we got Ruby and Minnie Pearl over there. So Ruby is about the same size, just a little bit smaller than Penny. And she is she was born the beginning of February. So she is actually, I think, 5 months old now because it's the 1st of July. Minnie Pearl is actually a week younger than Penny and probably half of Penny's size. So we love them all, and they have been up here in this little section for a little bit, and I've been trying to get Penny winged. But I guarantee you, as soon as I move them down to the wood line, the weaning process will be over. But these guys have got to go down to the wood line regardless. They need to be helping eat up all of the stuff back here. So, let's go back here and see what all we got going on back here. So y'all bear with me. I just finished milking, so I am carrying the milk bag and everything still, so. But this way y'all can see the update of everybody. So we originally made this pen for the ladies and put Boudreaux over there. But Boudreaux and the other 3 boys was in a smaller area than the 2 ladies. So we swapped them, and then we made that pen larger because the ladies ate it down so fast. So we have a hay rack that we have made ourselves. We can't put a lot of hay in there because these young fellas back here eat it. So there's Jim and Dandy, and there is Donkey in the background with his green collar. He has a bell. He's staying. He has a bell so that if he gets out and I hear tinkling, I'll know he's not where he's supposed to be. And the ladies up at the other end have bells for the same reason. So, but Jim and Dandy are weathered. Jim and Dandy will probably end up with one bad day here because they are still here. And they are not supposed to be here. Morning, Boudreaux. What's up, sir? Alright, so this is Pebbles. And as you can see, they have ate a lot of this down. We'll come through here, we'll clean up all these little branches and stuff, and then we'll probably start keeping it bush hogged once we get all of it cleared and keep it mowed. Because once they've cleaned it up, it's pretty. Hey Hazel, what you doing, girl? So normally I would not breed the ladies back as fast as they're going to be bred. Hazel will not be bred back that fast. But Pebbles, we're going to put her in with Boudreaux in her next heat. Typically, like I said, I would not do that. But what I've got to do is stagger these 2 ladies to where when Hazel has babies, I still have a little bit of milk going. Because I've got to let Hazel dry up first. And so we're going to probably breed her next cycle. And then from there, we'll keep her on that same cycle to where she gives birth at the same time every year. And then 2 months later, this one will give birth. And we're going to keep that cycle going. Now, when Penny comes into the over a year age, we'll add her into that cycle as well. I want Pebbles to give birth in November, I think. And this one to give birth in January. And then the next one, which unfortunately will be either Ruby or Penny. Ruby's actually a month older, so Ruby may be the next one I breed. But I want her to give birth in March. And then Penny will give birth in May. And then we'll see about Minnie Pearl. We'll see. She's just so small. So, that's our update on the goats. And like I said, they've got a nice little eaten down area in here. We're going to throw the ladies, the little girls in here as well to help eat down some of the rest of this. But they have put a huge dent in this because you could not see that fence in the back at all when I put them in here. In fact, I had to weed eat a little path just to get back there. So that's the update here. All of the hay got wet, so we're going to start flipping it today. Hopefully we'll get it dried out to where we can bale it and save it. But you know what? If not, it's more hay for the gardens and the orchard and all the stuff that needs some mulch around the base of it to help keep down weeds and to help keep moisture in the soil. Not only that, it keeps the mower away from it because I have a tendency to get too close. So, all right, guys. I'm going to walk on over to the house and then we'll update everything else. Oh dear, I see geese out in the field, which means they're probably going up after the pumpkins and the watermelons that we replanted because they should be sprouted by now. All right, y'all stay tuned. Let me see if I can get them. Yep. There y'all go. And they know I see them too. They're coming out of it. But you know, they could also be eating the bugs that had got disturbed when I did the hay. And they like the seeds and stuff from the hay as well. Oh, and did have some limbs coming down through the night. That's not bad. Didn't hit the fence or nothing. But little stuff like that. And I forgot to cover the hay. So we'll have to peel off the wet hay to get to the dry hay and hope it's still good too. So, all right, like I said, we'll be back with the other field. Morning after the rain. Hey, Misty, you want some food? All right, Misty. Oh, yeah. So much to do still. So much to do. Well, the wind got up last night. Yeah. So I had to come fix this. Blew it over. But that's okay. They don't seem broke. I just got to get them up. Everything right there looks okay. Everything around here looks okay. I knew when the wind got up last night there was going to be some issues. But that's okay. I am not walking in the garden today. I can tell you that. I will stay on the outskirts. I will not be harvesting. Yeah, the ground is that wet, guys. We got at least 2 or 3 inches of rain last night. At least. Everything's looking good. I do see a problem though. Hang on. That don't look good. Mark says it'll stand back up though. So we'll see. Hopefully it will. Hopefully. That is the entire crop of Jimmy Red corn that we have planted. So, yeah. Wind got a little hard last night. Wind got a little hard. And what's really weird is the direction everything blew in. Like this stuff, you can tell the wind blew like this. My beans, can y'all see that? No longer a straight line. There's a dip right there. So that wind blew that way. It's weird. So Sylacauga did get a lot of wind and a lot of rain last night. Noisy neighbors are back. Yep, noisy neighbors. If you've ever seen a flock of geese move in, you know exactly what I mean by the noisy neighbors. They can be loud. All right, so let's walk out here to the big field, see what we got out there. And then we'll go to the front field. I was almost done but raking hay yesterday. And yeah, today we have this. Let's see how wet the hay is. We're gonna let it dry. We're gonna flip it, rake it up, fluff it up, let it dry some more. May have to rake it up and flip it up again. We'll see. But that looks pretty wet to me. And it is wet all the way down. So, well, there's a little bit of dry finally right there at the ground level. But we'll rake it up, we'll flip it up, we'll get her going again. And like I said, if I can't feed it, it'll be good mulch for gardens and trees and all that stuff. All right, not walking out there. I know that is wet. Pumpkins are doing good for what's come up. I don't know if any of the skips have come up, and I'm not walking out there today to find out. Y'all look, even Sister marred up. The watermelons that came up are doing good. I can't tell if the new ones came up or not. Peas are looking good. Peas are looking really good. And the corn looks good. We got tassels out here. Now this is a field corn. I think this is pencil cob, but I'm not 100% positive. But we got tassels on it too. All right, so I am going to walk out here even though I shouldn't, because something I need to show y'all. Yeah, this is going to be difficult. We have a few peas despite the rain. So next day or two I'm going to go ahead and pick a few and go from there. Let me keep walking down this middle. It's only these few rows right here. So we'll try and get a few off of them before the deer get them, and hopefully the other rows do a lot better because they won't have the weed presence that this one does. Now let me get out of here because I am sinking. It is July 1st. Who expected nice cool morning, dew on the ground still, and a rainstorm like we had last night in July? Not July 1st, it's the 2nd, I think. It might be the 3rd today. I think today's the 3rd. Nope, today's 2nd. I can't keep up anymore since I don't work. So yeah, that's how the field looks. Not too bad out here. Doesn't look like it affected it too much. Gave it a good drink of rain, so that'll actually help the crops eventually. I mean, over time, sorry. That'll actually help the crops because it's a good point in growing where they need that water. And then the ones that are producing, they need that water as well to keep the production up. So that's a good thing. All right, we're gonna walk over to the front garden, see how it looks, and then I won't be harvesting today because it's too wet to walk in the garden. So yeah, got to fertilize this field for next year, and it'll do a lot better than it did this year. But second cut will do even better because the first cut's really weedy and second cut does better. Yep. I hope it all stands back up. I may be coming through here trying to help it. I was pulling out more irrigation stuff because all of this will need irrigation ran to it. Morning, rooster. Morning, ladies. So the wind blew down the tin that I had blocking the tom from the rooster. That way they don't fight through the fence. So I'll have to get that back up. I don't know. I may leave it down and see how they do. All right, front garden. Peas again, looking good. Watermelons where they're growing are looking good. Sister, get out of there. Oh, look there. Got corn forming. Every strand of silk that got pollinated is a kernel. And look here. Honeybee doing its job. Got a little bit of wind damage, not a lot. That'll stand back up. Looks like the front row took a little bit more than the rest of it. But notice this wind blew the opposite way. My corn is laying this way. His corn went that way. So it's a wild wind. Yep. Be all right though. It will be all right. I think all of that will stand back up because it's not flat on the ground and it's older than mine, which that may be why it doesn't stand back up. It's because it's older. But that one right there may be the only one that doesn't stand back up because it's leaned all the way over. But the rest of it is just got a little bit of an arch to the top, so I think those will stand back up. All right, everything else seems to be okay. So it's gonna be a good day. We're gonna let this sun dry everything up a little bit. I'm gonna do some housework today, of course. And then around noon, I'll come out and check the field and start raking at the hay, trying to flip it and get it fluffed up to dry out some more. Hopefully we can save it, but if not, like I said, it's mulch for the gardens. All right, that's your update. You have a great Thursday. The weekend's almost here. All right, good Friday morning. So I'm not gonna walk around everywhere and show you everything, but as you know, the other day it rained. Well, guess what? I raked all the hay up, got it all dried and everything, and got it ready to bale again, and it rained again last night. So on top of getting the tractor stuck in the driveway because it ran out of gas at the end of the driveway, the rain ruined all the work that caused the tractor to run out of gas. So we're going to rake it again and start just carrying it out of the field. That's just all we're going to have to do. Anyway, let me show you. Our noisy neighbors are back. Shoot, I think they live here through the year and then leave us in the winter when it's time for hunting season, of course. Anyway, garden is doing good still despite the rain. Some things are doing better than others. These little tomatoes are finally starting to produce a little bit. And this is not a cherry tomato. I forgot. This is a San Marzano and this is the Super Sweet 100. So this one's a cherry and this one's a paste tomato. So now let me show you some more developments. Let me show you. Look here. My favorite part of the garden, other than the tomato, we have bell peppers starting to produce on the plants that are taller especially. I'm not going to let them produce on the littlest ones. I'm going to let them put all their energy into growing. But on the taller ones, it's okay. I want some peppers. These are all bell peppers. I don't eat hot spicy peppers. I know some of you do, but this year we just went with bell peppers. Next year we'll go back to getting some for selling and all that stuff. Okay, update on the wind and my bean trellis. You can see right there where the wind hit it and pushed it over. So this side should look like this side, only it doesn't. So my beans have been pushed over out into the aisle. These poles are now straight up and down, which is kind of a good thing till you get down in here where you almost don't have any aisle. But let me show you the bad side. Oh yeah, and the corn is not all stood up yet. It's trying, bless its heart. But here's the bad thing. When it pushes over, it uproots plants that are vining up. So I've lost that one. I've lost that one. I've lost that one. At the moment, that's all. But I've got to go through here and pull this back my way to where I can pick these. Because at this moment, I can put the bench here, but it will not allow me to reach any of that up there. And if it keeps going that way, it's going to pull everything out of the ground on this side. So, update on the beans. The beans are doing the bean things, and the wind has caused some problems. We'll have to fix it. Okra is still doing its thing. We still got blooms forming, but no blooms opening yet. But that's about to change. So it looks like this one right here may be the first one to actually bloom out. This one and maybe that one, followed by that one. So we'll get some okra soon. It won't be far once it starts blooming to actually have an okra behind it. So yeah. So these last minute storms is not good on our crops. They're not horrible at the moment, but they can wreak some havoc. My line was loose already, if you remember that from a previous video. So with it being loose already, it really allowed the wind to just shove it over. So nothing in the bean rows yet. Spaghetti squash is still doing great. This row is a little slower than this row, even though they got planted at the same time. All right, and I don't see anything in these 3 rows here. So we got to have a day where the kids of one of our customers that purchases milk came and visited the farm, and they actually stayed, and they helped milk the goats and weed in the garden, and they helped pick the garden, and I let them each plant a row in the garden. So we have zipper peas in these. I can't remember what type, but these are zipper peas, and we are waiting for them to sprout. The kids are going to be so excited because they're going to watch the process and they're going to help make sure that they grow. But special treat for y'all. The mom put out a video and she allowed me to use it, and y'all can watch it right here. So y'all enjoy. Tomato plants up again. I'm going to have to figure out a way to stop the wind from knocking them over. It's going to be okay though, because you can see all the tomatoes still on there. Trees are doing good. None of this is doing any good anymore. I'm probably going to have to rip it all out. Herbs are doing good. We got our sage, our stevia. We've let our leek set seed and dropping the seed into the bed to continue the cycle. Still pulling weeds. Still pulling weeds. The asparagus bed is still doing good. We've had some more cool nights, so I wonder if we've had any more asparagus pop up. I don't see any today. All right. Let me throw this over into the chicken yard. And that's why we put a chicken pen right here. To throw over the weeds, to throw over the garden scraps. They'll do their thing with it. It'll feed them. They'll get the bugs. They'll get the food. They'll mix it with the chicken poop. We'll rake it up and get it out of there and compost it. Garden looks great. Garden is looking great. Tomatoes are putting on. Bell peppers are doing their thing. Sun's coming out. It's going to make everything nice and warm and hot. Ooh, I think we got another zucchini right there. Yep, one right there. So we're doing. Y'all remember the one that had the virus or whatever? It's doing good. So I think it was strictly too much rain. It has put out a lot of new growth. As you can see, the discoloration has left. The leaves that were affected have died. I'll pull them off and get them out of here. Everything's looking great. Looking really, really great. See all them blooms under there? The corn is trying to stand. Thank goodness the corn is trying to stand, because yesterday I was afraid it would not. The beans, yeah, if you remember yesterday's update, we have a problem with our beans. There's our problem. I know y'all are going, what problem? Well, it should be standing teepee style, not wall style. See how this side's leaning and this side's straight up? Well, that is going to cause a problem for me picking it, because the bench will be here and I'll be up here trying to reach over to there to pick any beans that might be up at the top. Maybe I can pick them from the other side, we'll see. But they are leaning over a pretty good distance on this side. To put it in perspective, there's 2 foot between here, and they are leaning over the pepper bed. So that's something we're going to have to try to fix, but it's going to be a hard thing to fix, because every movement we do pulls on these poles on this side, therefore killing the beans attached to them because they uproot. Yep. All the time we have spent trying to root and grow, trying to grow the beans to have them uprooted by wind. This has just been a fun year for gardening. Okra's doing great still. This will be your last update of this garden for this week that you see. We're fixing to go through here, pick everything, all that. Y'all won't get to see okra blooms this week, but maybe next week. Got to go through and weed again. Yeah, the weeds are coming through again. But we've got 5 little beans here. We have not replanted. We will. Beans is something we can plant this whole season. So spaghetti squash, doing great. One row is doing better than the other. Not sure why. I'm sure it's got something to do with the soil quality under there, because that way used to be the garden, and I had put all the rabbit poop in there. And this end down here is more clay and has not been fixed yet. That will be amended this year. Ooh, this ground is wet. Oh my goodness. We have peas coming up. Zipper peas are coming up. So that will make some little kids happy. That will make some little kids very happy. I'm going to go through here and reseed some of it so they don't know that it's Skippy. But we'll give it a day or two before we do that, and we'll go from there. All right. Cantaloupe. The ones that are growing from the first seeding are doing awesome. The ones that are growing from the second seeding, they're trying to catch up at different stages, which is the wildest thing to me. How that one was seeded at the same time as that one. That one's running and gotten blooms. That one barely has any leaves. It's just wild how this garden season has done. Now, let me come down here and show you this, because I'm pretty excited, because this means we're getting near. We have a baby cantaloupe and another baby cantaloupe. So it won't be long till we're harvesting cantaloupes out of here. That makes me happy. So we will probably have a few cantaloupes for sale with as many as we have coming up, which was the goal. We needed something to help make a little bit of money on the farm. So I'm so happy the corn is standing up. Y'all just don't even know. And of course, noisy neighbors. Yep, they've been here since about 7 o'clock this morning. Yep. All right, let's get to others. I'll show them to you in a little bit. Oh, hay. Hay is still on the ground. It rained again after I got the tractor running, for those of you that saw that. So we didn't do anything to it. We just left it alone. It did not rain yesterday. So we're going to go out there and start flipping it again today and drying it out. A lot of it is actually already dry, so that was a good thing. And we're going to start trying to gather some of it up by hand to get it in the barn so we can use some and not lose it all. So, all right, y'all stay tuned for the rest of the yard. And happy 4th. Today's harvest. Yep. All them green beans. Gonna be some canning in the future. All right, guys, so we have no baler. We have raked this hay up again. We have let it get good and dry. And this is what we're doing. We're filling up a trailer full of hay. So we got a long way to go. This is just one section. We got the other section over there on the other side of the house too.
The other will probably become mulch hay.
Yeah, it probably will. This is the good hay over here. So, yep. He's gonna get one side. I'm gonna get the other side, and then we're gonna pull the truck down and keep on filling her up till she's full, and then we're gonna unload it into the barn. So everything we're doing right now will be done in reverse in just a little bit. But this is part of the preserving of the ways of the past. So we don't have a baler. They didn't have balers in the old days either. This is how they had to do it. They had a horse-drawn trailer. So there we go. Y'all stay tuned. We're gonna get to work. All right, guys, so it's time to put all this video together. It's Sunday morning. I just wanted to get on here and just say thanks for watching and keeping up with everything we got going on. Y'all make sure that you are subscribed, hit that like button, leave us some comments. We go live every Friday night at 8 p.m. Central Time, so if you're around and you want to join us, see y'all in chat. We're going to put out that garden update every week through the summer. We'll throw in some canning here and there, throw in some transplanting, some planting, some tips on gardening and all that good sort of stuff. So y'all just make sure that you're watching. Let us know if there's something y'all want to talk about, because I can do a video on it too probably. This rain, everything is growing. And we got too many chores piled on top of each other. But the pigs are doing good. The apples and muscadines are doing great. Got another bale of hay. We're going to roll it down the centers. And, well, let me just go up here and show you. Hang on. Got limbs that keep falling out of this dead tree. That's the one that got struck by lightning. So as soon as we clean up the one that came down during the storm, this will probably be the next one we get down. Believe it or not, there's moisture in the grass this morning. July 5th. Still got a good dew point. Alright, so here's what I'm talking about. Y'all see how we finished that? Well, we're going to roll these logs to the other side of this row and do the same thing here. That way it conserves the water, gets down the weeds. We can plant a row of comfrey or something down the middle. Who knows what we'll put down the middle. Might even do some flowers or something eventually, but definitely we're going to put some comfrey around each one of these. Produce is doing, however, oh man, look at that. It does have a bad spot on it. I'm going to go ahead and pick it, because that's what's happening. Yeah, but muscadines looking good. This is the gold variety down here, and we have the purple variety up here. Let's see how the purple is doing. Yeah, got some turning starting. Got a good bit of rain on them so far, so that's a good thing. Everything's coming along nicely. I don't know what happened to this branch, but this branch died. So we'll prune that up and take that off. And I'll probably be harvesting some of the apples because there's another one of the bad spots. So we didn't get many this year anyway, so it's not like we're losing a lot. And I'm gonna cut out the bad spot and eat the good on that one because the rest of it's decent. So anyway, so we're also gonna do this side with the mulch also because the mower will not fit through here now. I made it too small. So the easiest answer, just to cut it out. So we're going to mulch this whole area. We may even bring it onto the fence line because I have blackberries planted along here, which we are still harvesting blackberries. Maybe next year I'll have some cuttings for sale. Just haven't got around to anything like that this year. We're slowly doing the things that I want to do this year. Slowly. But y'all look at the size of them berries. And they're thornless on top of that. So we planted them all up and down the fence line, and we are working on getting ours brought back to where they should be. I'm going to tuck the ends down to where they'll put up a new plant. And y'all, like I said, keep watching, keep following along. Y'all have a great day. We will see y'all next week.